Hey guys, Darren Marcus with Huntington and Ellis. I am here today with my first Ask the Pro video. I really want to thank the Review Journal for making me a part of that column. Hopefully these tips that I'm going to provide you today will help in answering some of your questions in this stressful market. One of the things I wanted to talk about is right now in this market, what we're getting a lot of, obviously because of this low amount of inventory, is people are asking me, Darren, I would love to sell, but where am I going to go? A couple of the strategies that I've been using, number one, is making sure that I've got everything in place so that when the property hits the market, my clients are prepared. And so that goes everything from staging, appraisal, inspections, all of that stuff. Really gets the home ready to go on the market so that we're maximizing the most amount of money, number one, for the client. And number two, we're getting them the most money for their bottom line. Probably one of the biggest things is, and this has been one of the biggest concerns as I'm taking listings, is clients are like, Darren, you know what? I really want to sell my home. I know there's a ton of equity in it, but man, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? So one of the strategies that I suggest and that I've been recommending to my clients recently is that we write right into a counter offer back to the buyer a 60 or 90-day lease back. And what that means is that basically you're going to have your typical 30-day or 40-day escrow. You're going to close. You're going to become a tenant of the or buyer, and you will now be leasing that property back for 60 to 90 days. The nice thing about this is what it does. It really gives you time to close the property, go through that process. Now you've received your funds, and now you can take the time to go out and really search for a property that you're looking for. We all know how the buying and selling process can be so stressful, and that when you're trying to sell your home, but at the same time you're trying to go out and buy a home, you've got to close one to buy the other. So what this does is it allows you to really kind of slow the process down, and it gives you that additional time. So really you're looking at a total of 90 to 120 days before you really have to be out of that home and moved into your next home. So that's one of my best suggestions for the selling side if you're listing your home or considering listing your home. Now that can work very much the same way on the other side if you're a buyer in this market and you're starting to get really frustrated with, okay, you know what, I've now been out, I've made 5 offers on homes, we're not getting anything. And I'll give you an example of a strategy I just used on a recent purchase for one of my buyers, is that we went in, it was a $1.2 million home. We made an offer on a Friday evening. Saturday morning, they had like 10 more showings. By the end of the weekend, they had 7 offers. And I really needed to get this deal done for my client. So one of the things I went back to my client and said is, look, we know we're gonna be up against multiple offers. We know in this market right now, people are coming in and above list price. They're waiving appraisals, they're doing all these different things that really add a lot of incentive to the seller. And so one of the things that we put into this was we offered the 60-day lease back for the seller, knowing that most sellers in this market are up against the wall with where they're gonna go, or they're stressed about the amount of timing that it's gonna take to get out of that house. And so by using this strategy, we added 60-day lease back for the seller from my buyer to stay in that home. And when I spoke with the agent, he was very honest with me. He said, Darren, look, I'm gonna tell you, you guys are $50,000 lower than the next highest offer, but the fact that you guys wrote in the 60-day lease back for my client, that was a really important factor, and that's helped you guys win the offer. So using those strategies, because sometimes it's not all about pricing, okay, in this market. I mean, everybody's getting top dollar, but a lot of times it's really more about timing. And as we all know that, buying or selling can be a very emotional decision. And sometimes when you're able to just slow that process down a little bit, it takes the pressure off of everyone involved in the deal. So something to keep in mind, if you're looking to buy or sell in this market, especially if you're selling and you're thinking, where am I gonna go? Keep in mind that a 60-day, 90-day lease back is a great strategy to use to get yourself out of that property, or give yourself time to get out of that property and sell your home at top dollar. So hopefully that answers some questions for you today. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to me at 702-485-7755, or you can email me directly at darren@dmgluxury.com. Thank you.